Good evening, and welcome to a semifinal match in the SMZ3 1v1 tournament. Tonight we have azder versus Pizza34, and I am Hitaka, and I am commentating for you tonight along with Eleanor Lamb.
Good evening. How are you doing tonight, Hitaka?
I'm doing good. How about you? Are you excited for this one?
I'm super hyped for this race. I think this is going to be really exciting. I feel like Pizza's a little bit of an underdog, and azder's just crazies. There's also a pretty big, this is a money round, so it's a pretty big difference between first and fourth place. First place is $125, fourth place is $50, and this race is going to help determine whether you're got a shot for third or fourth, or first and second.
And who do we have tracking for us tonight?
Our tracker tonight is the amazing Zaruven. Best in the business. I see chat is already coming up with the worst case scenarios for this.
Yeah, that is one of chat's favorite pastimes.
Big shout out to the sponsor of this tournament, Rank1.global. As I just said, they're doing a cash prize for this tournament. Wouldn't be possible without their help. It's pretty awesome of Rank 1. Please give them a look and sign. I see Iris in chat is a monster and thinks Morph Ball on Laser Bridge is a good idea.
It happens from time to time. Laser Bridge likes to hold out with some late game progression.
Certainly seems that way.
Should be getting started in just a moment.
They started about 3 minutes late, so we should indeed just be getting started. Do you expect either one of these runners to check Blue Brinstar?
No, that's not very standard in normal mode. Since there's only one item in logic down there on Morph Pedestal.
And we're off. Looks like no custom Samus sprites.
No, I find that people usually don't use it just because there's so much, there's so many tricks and based on Samus's sprite, like short charging and such, that you have to really like get used to a new sprite, and it can kind of screw you up a bit. It's more of a for like fun races thing, not so much for series competition.
Just a heart piece on the island there. I'm still traumatized from the race icon where somebody used an upside down Samus sprite.
That sounds interesting.
It gave me a migraine. just a red rupee in Link's house.
It looks like they're both gonna go check the tree pole, just hearts on tier 3. And do Uncle.
That's a pretty lame tree pole.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's better for tier 3 to be lame, because then tier 1 and 2 are easier to get.
I'm always curious, is it faster to check that chest and then go up to Uncle, or is it faster to go to Uncle and then go?
I'm not sure.
Power bombs.
Power bombs are always good to see early.
Man, these guys, are we sure we don't have the stream duplicated?
Yeah, they're pretty much frame for frame here.
They're both even running sideways.
Sure does have a different sprite, so this is definitely not the same feed duplicated.
Yeah, I want to say that's, I think, the Minish Cap link.
I believe that's the link from Parallel Worlds.
Ah, okay. It's a link from some Link game that I haven't played. They did get a single bomb from the tree pool, so that was 4 free bombs. That's very good.
And just a missile on Aga.
Ten arrows from the bush crab is not particularly useful. Ooh, in the first bottle, you like to find that bottle early so you don't have to go back to Sick Kid.
Yep, that's an extra check in Kakariko to get out of the way. An early space jump. Good for mobility.
That's an excellent item. Means we won't be doing any bomb jumps.
Nope. What?
I feel like azder didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, he didn't mean to bomb himself. He was trying to throw it at the crow to get a kill for a tier 1 check. Another 8-4 bombs. And we get to listen to some beeping for a while.
Why do you hate us, azder? That is, of course, one of the new options in the latest version of A Link to the Past SM Randomizer. You can now choose your heart beeping speed. If you're a monster, you do double.
I've not tried that, but I can imagine it's pretty awful.
Quake in the back of Blind's Hut. That's a good find. May or may not be useful. Ooh, bow is first item in the well. That's an excellent find.
I think we're definitely going to see some early Eastern plays now.
Yeah, I would almost not even expect them to do a map check. Oh wow, gravity suit.
Gravity suit.
This is a pretty stacked early game.
And azder doesn't quite have enough money for bottle vendors, so he's going to dive back in the well and grab another blue rupee. And the beeping has stopped as well. My personal preferred method of making noise is beeping a item you can't use.
I do. That's a noise I can get behind. It reminds me of the old car horns that are like a wooga.
You can make some real good beats with it too. Get a nice rhythm going.
I appreciate when people go along with the music with their.
So the bottle turn-in was supers and blue mail in back of the inn. Mail upgrade's always nice to see this early when you're low on hearts. Eastern's the green pendant.
Oh, that makes me think it's even more likely. Just a red rupee on the library.
It's not a crystal, but that pendant turn is an item, and it's fairly likely that Armos will also drop an item too.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a quick dungeon. If you're gonna go over there anyways, and with the bow, I feel like you should.
Hey, there's another bottle.
The hand, and yeah, that's kind of interesting that Pete just kind of lost all the lead he had, right? I mean, it's way too early to talk about who was in the lead, but Now they're back black.
Yeah, they just wanted to get back in sync for us.
It's also really neat kind of when they're in sync of this, just to see the different movement tech and who gains a little bit of time and who loses a little bit.
Yeah, like they took different paths there, but it was basically the same time for each.
First item in the dam was just 3 bombs. We'll see what the soggy item.
More power bombs.
Wow,
Ash
interesting choice.
Not gonna pick them up. That's interesting. Well, see,
Yeah,
I think they found 2 PV packs so far.
If they've got 10, I think that's a little more defensible. If they only have 5, that's crazy.
Still, 15 is safer, but I guess he is playing to win. Gonna skip all the things that he can.
Man, shooting at mini motorworms from this side is so difficult.
Yeah, those little guys like to scoot around a lot.
So not much of mini moldorm cave, just a pack of soup.
Interesting that they went in opposite directions.
Zaro in chat calling it mini munitions cave. I like. Oh boy, that crab is. Oh, we got him.
Crabs are a bit less scary with blue mail.
So both of them are making the ice rod check. Or ice rod cave, rather. Heart container's not really what you want, but when you're only on 3 hearts, it's not bad.
It's better than a big 20. Or single arrow.
So we're going to see if both of them decide to do the full clear of Easter.
Yeah, the pennant is not in logic without the lamp, but if you full clear all of Eastern except for the boss, you're already like 3/4 of the way through, so you might as well finish it. And especially if there's an item on Armos, that's 2 items for beating them, so then it's really worth it.
Yeah, and the first dark rooms are pretty easy. The dark room after the big key is a little tricky, but I expect both these guys will be able to get through it quick.
And there's that lamp. So I'd say they're definitely going to finish it now if that puts it in logic.
Could the seed be saying go to Eastern anymore? Maybe Silvers?
Early Silvers would be really nice with early, though, that's for sure.
Yep, Silvers make a lot of Link to the Past bosses.
Yeah, they also make a lot of enemies easier if you don't have a sword or a hammer or any other decent weapon.
Also very true.
Some mean Dark World enemies like Gibdos get one-shot by them.
Oh man, I've never thought to use Silvers on Gibdos. That's probably why I'm not in the tournament anymore.
It doesn't come up that often, but it is a really good way to get rid of them, if you have them. And there's Speed Booster, that's a nice find.
That is a nice find.
Well,
Speed Booster is my favorite Super Metroid item.
Actually, well, before Morph Ball, that's actually a kind of nice find, but also a potentially trolly find, because that unlocks some Morphless checks in Super Metroid.
Yep, you can get I think you can get all the way to Big Pink Can.
Yep.
I think that also puts Bubble Mountain in logic.
Space
I'm not
Chump
sure.
already puts that
Oh, yeah,
logic,
good
but they
point.
need Varia first, too.
Oh yes, Varia. That's important. First chest was, or second chest rather, was 300 rupees. So that's 2 items down. Azder getting the nice skip there and finds the big key. So he's hoping to find an item here in the big chest, I would think, so he can skip the right side completely.
Yeah. Nope.
Which, there's an interesting gamble you could take here to do Armos and just hope that Armos has the item.
Yeah, that is one thing you can do. I don't see people do that very often.
Oh, Pizza's going for it.
Aha. This is the first major divergence we have. Well, one of them is going to gain some time from this. We'll see who. Okay, the third item was in the big key chest, so Armos has the compass.
Which, that's, I almost wish, I feel like it would be better for Pizza if it was a useful item, because I feel like there's a good chance he's going to waste his time going for that, and it's just missiles.
Yeah, but he probably will go back for it. Although maybe not, we'll see.
And Pizza has just about taken out Armos Knight, so he's going to get his green pen. Hashtag, is this even randomized? This is a very vanilla clear of this dungeon, aside from the fact they're in blue mail and don't have a...
Yeah, get lamp and bow and then go to Eastern is fairly similar to what you do in the regular game. I like to go to Eastern, but still. And then get the green pendant.
Which turns into 3 bombs. That is not a good feeling, but at least they both...
So it was bait after all.
Yep, and Pizza making the risk to abandon the item in Eastern, and we know that's the right one. Hopefully he never goes back.
Looks like he's going to chase the speed booster, though.
Well, they don't have a whole lot open to them.
We ran out of energy.
That's embarrassing. I mean, they've got Agina, and I think just Agina. Oh yes, Escape. I always forget about Castle Dungeon.
And looks like that is where Astra's headed.
So this is going to work out to be a pretty big advantage, I think, whichever runner turns up the progression.
Yeah, I think Astra's thinking that since since the Eastern items were all bait in the back, the lamp might be unlocking something in Escape.
Yeah, I definitely think that that's some good logic.
Ooh,
and Pizza finds the Power Glove in the early supers.
That might be the progression that's needed. And that opens up Death Mountain and also Back of Escape. Unless the key is in Dark Cross.
Well, the key could be here or in Zelda's cell too, I think.
No, it can't. It can only be in the map chest.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So I missed what was in Big Pink.
Nothing interesting. Asher's trying to keep the green guard alive to death orb, but he's not being cooperative. You got arrow. Oh no, he only has one arrow left. He's just gonna reset the room.
Not gonna cost him a whole lot of time, but still, that feels real.
With 7 bombs, he probably could have just killed himself with bombs instead, although it would take potentially longer with blue mail, but looks like he's gonna get it fine this time.
Alright, so the castle dungeon was a big bust. Azder is going to be heading back to check that Dark Cross. Meanwhile, Pizza's taking his glove, and I'd assume is going to go to the...
I'm interested to see if Morph Ball is in Back of Escape, because if it is, then stealing the key in Escape could potentially have prevented the SM dip. Yeah, the key's not in Dark Cross, so it's locked in the back, behind the gloves.
Yep, and that's actually, I think, it's interesting to me that Pizza is not checking that.
Pizza's going to Death Mountain first.
And Azder will be... We'll see if he goes to Blue Brick. Okay, he's not. Speed Booster does put the ceiling item in logic.
Yes, and as well as the space jump we already found earlier.
I keep forgetting they have space jump. They found it so early. Just some missiles from the old man. And on top of Spectacle Rock, we have an energy tank.
Ooh. There's Morph Ball.
There is our Morph Ball.
So that's a required Morphless SN dip to get the glove.
Yep, unless the other glove is on like a Gina.
Yeah, not likely, but possible. And now we're going to see a lot of SM on Pizza's side.
Yep,
and with,
all... Sorry,
so
go ahead.
With Space Jump and Gravity Suit, a lot of the game is open up, and Speed Booster, pretty much everything outside of heated areas in North Air is available.
That is exactly what I was going to say.
So, Pizza and Azder as well, who is going to get his morph soon, will both have a lot of options.
Well, there you go.
Well, now the entire game is open, so I think this is going to be one of those games where it's an SM random followed by a Link to the Past random. And it looks like Azder does only have 5 power bombs, so he skipped power bombs in Dam with having only one, so a bold decision.
Yeah, I would think you make that decision hoping that you find more power bombs before SM, but we know that's going to not really be. I do think technically Pizza needs another energy tank or two before this is in line.
Maybe. I'm not sure how the logic with Gauntlet works. Like, if you have space jump, maybe it doesn't care anymore. I don't know.
I don't know that either.
I'm honestly not sure. I just do it when it's available.
Nice damage boost there by Pizza.
And there's some silvers.
This seed just keeps on giving.
Looks like we are going to see what's in back of Escape now.
As we've got one of the other quarterfinalists in chat, Solski. He's got his race with Aussie 101 tomorrow. And that was a lot of junk in the back of Escape.
It was.
Well, azder is probably going to get a little bailed out there with those power bombs in the Bryn Starvers.
Yeah, he opts to go to Green Bryn Star after getting the Morph Ball.
I guess it is possible that Variasuti might decide to go straight to North.
Maybe.
It's so weird to see like people rescuing the old man the right way.
Yeah, sometimes the game makes you do that.
Pizza taking a minute to farm up some extra power bombs. I like it. I always like getting the powder before I get the mushroom because it really makes that whole fake. Then you don't have to worry about fake powder.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about save scumming, and especially in SMZ3, when you hard reset, it always goes to Super Metroid, so that can actually be pretty slow to turn the mushroom in and reset if you don't plan it out so that you turn it in right before you were already going to reset to Super Metroid.
Eticoon's just having a heart piece. I am a little concerned about Pizza's health. Like Mission Impossible, those side hoppers do a lot of damage.
I think with Gravity Suit, they would only do 20.
Yeah, I forgot they have. I forgot they have those suits already. Looks like he's going to farm up some energy anyways, just to be a little safe.
It looks like Asher's going to check the high jump items.
Croc Escape just hiding a red rupee. Mission Impossible also just hiding a rupee.
There's the hammer.
That's a nice find.
And the cane.
So high jump, pretty loaded.
Very. So and Asher forgot to open the door after killing the Sova.
Just missing that Moon Pearl for Dark World access now. Pizza gets the Spore Spawn trick on the first drop. Azder heading over for Kraid. Oh, there's the mitts.
And welcome to everyone from SpeedGaming 4.
So that is going to be full Dark World access. They'll have their choice of portal.
Checking waterway your first time through Big Pink feels really good.
It does. That's such an easy item to orphan.
Oh, I guess technically second time since they already came here, Morphless, but you know.
That doesn't count.
And a nice quick kill from azder.
I'm sorry I blinked. Was there a boss or something?
Nope, just a free item.
So I see chat talking about the ice rod hunt. It is worth pointing out that there is only one pendant in the Dark World.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure if we mentioned it because we were talking about green pendant Eastern, but yeah, Tower Hair is also a pendant, so pretty likely Turtle Rock is a crystal.
Could be hinting at a Ped C. And that's a charge beam at the morph ball spot. That's a nice find. Looks like Azder's gonna save before he dives into Meridia. Wow, and a wave beam it just passed the item in the ceiling.
They should call it Blue Beam Star.
Wow, that was bad.
I know. Those are the best kind.
I love it. Billy Mays has super missiles in the X-ray scope. So all we're missing is a plasma for a microwave beam. Interesting with Azder taking that save there. I thought he was going to head into Meridia, but it looks like he's going to do Red Tower, and maybe I guess if he doesn't find anything, reset out of that and go back to.
Maybe so. Maybe so he can reset out of X-ray if it's garbage. So, just to save the trip back out of the room. Yeah. Just 10 arrows.
And Mother Brain was just 5 arrow capacity. I don't actually know. Is one E-Tank enough energy to make this Giant's Port?
If it's full, yes. With 118, I don't know. That's Spring Ball. That's not required, but it's fun to have. But he's probably just going to abandon it with his current amount of energy.
Yep, and we had the Cape and Main Street. Yeah, I feel like that spring ball there is kind of hurts because spring ball is great to have, but I don't think you go back for it.
It's the swaggiest item in the game. And there's the second swaggiest item in the game, speedrun.
Yep, Spazer may be a bit of a meme, but it's a nice damage increase. Just some more missiles at the watering hole. Or beach, sorry, that's the beach. 20 rupees at morph ball bombs.
I would just like to point out for chat that it is both the Spazer and the wide beam because the font is printed extra wide when the item box pops up.
I always thought it looked strange, but I never could put my finger on it. So if you're pizza, do you just head and do Fantune now, or do you wait?
He's going that way.
That was pretty swag right there. Ooh, hey, a fire rod.
And there's fire rod. And there's a Bombos medallion on Azder's side.
And there was just some super missiles in the spot above the ocean. And then some bombs in the ocean. And it looks like that's enough checking of wreck ship stuff for pizza.
Yeah, with both suits putting off wreck ship proper is fairly standard.
Yep, because you can save a good amount of time. Ooh, there's a hook shot in right sandpit.
Yep. So, no hovering this time.
Yep, no Shack Tool right now either. We don't have an ice beam or the grapple.
High jump boots.
High jump boots are especially nice to find when you have speed booster.
Yep, no more awful short jumping.
Just some bombs and rupees and alpha power bomb. Curious if Azder is going to just transition to save and then reset back to the ship. Oh no, he's going to do East. He can do East Death Mountain with that hook shot. It's a lot of items.
Yes, indeed.
Can check Hera too if he wants to.
Yeah, you could also do Super Bunny Cave. And I don't believe in the whole Bryn Loop, I don't think there were actually any required items. There were a couple good items like Charge and Wave, but nothing super necessary.
And there's the plasma beam, so that is a microwave beam as soon as azder goes to blue.
So if azder commits to the Brinstar skip, and Solski's already complimenting him on that, then he could save some time. There's our first sword.
Sword's nice to have. It's nice to have a reliable weapon with a decent hit.
Yep, and also with Lamp and Cape, it opens up the possibility that Moon Pearl is on Pyramid Ledge behind Aga.
That's very true. That would be very unfortunate.
It is pretty much the rudest Moon Pearl location.
azder is going to make the Hera play. Can't blame him. Hera's so quick.
Plus, with that hook shot, he can just Hera pot up to save some more time. Looks like he's not going to, though. Maybe
That doesn't surprise me.
A bit low on bombs and health.
Yeah, and with the big key, you can get up so quickly that unless you can get it on the first or second try, it's not really saving time. Pizza's taking on Kraid, and just a reminder for anyone who's joining us, this is a semi-final match. This is these two folks are guaranteed money. They will get either first place, second place, third place, or fourth place, and the money varies greatly. So these guys want to win, so they get a shot at first and second place. The winner of this will go on to face Solski or Aussie 101. Their race is tomorrow. Don't forget to check that out. And please check out our sponsor, Wank1.global. They're the ones who made this a cash tournament. So awesome for them. Our tracker tonight is Zaruvian or something similar to that. And I'm joined by Hitaka. And azder is joined by Moldorm.
Pizza got what I like to call the slow, quick kill on Kraid. It took multiple tries, but he did it. And azder found Ether, so that's all 3 medallions found.
That does mean there's an item in the basement, I think. I wouldn't bet on it or change. I don't even get my own name right half the time. So azder is going to orphan that item in the basement. That's doesn't surprise me.
I'm not entirely sure. I was watching the Kraid fight, so I missed some of the Hera checks.
Yeah, I missed some of the Hera checks too. I think Chad is saying that he found both items.
Pete now getting his cane and hammer.
Yeah, so the big question now is where is the Moon Pearl? There are so many locations it could be.
I'm going to say Ridley. That is a classic.
I would think both of these runners are comfortable doing Ridley with their current gear level. I know azder runs any percent.
And here's the Super Money Cave check.
You guys are going to get to see why it's called the Super Bunny Cave in the first place.
And according to Solsky in the chat, he's winning right now.
That seems fair.
I'm not quite sure how that works, but I'll take his word for it.
So Super Bunny Cave was a big fat and a lot of nothing.
He's going to check TR Medallion. And it is a crystal, so he doesn't really need to check it because he has all the medallions, but it's Bombos.
And I saw Pendant Thieves.
Classic. Good old
Yeah.
Pendant Thieves.
I think it
Not
was
even-
a red crystal on Swan.
Not even a green pendant, just a trash pendant.
Pizza found the mirror in Crumble Tower. That's a really nice find. That's gonna importantly let Pizza get those East Death Mountain checks before having to get the hook shot from Bird.
Yeah, so that's multiple different ways East Death Mountain can be in logic.
Azder's gonna get his Varia suit. Yep, and as we know, our other 5/6 crystal was in Desert Palace. I'm pretty sure Pendant Thieves is a meme.
Yeah, it is.
Almost-
It's the worst meme.
Almost as bad as Pendant Turtle Rock.
Pendant Turtle Rock is only if you find the Ice Rod early.
Which you always do.
So Azder getting his Fire Rotted moat.
Yeah, we'll see if he does the wreck ship play.
He'll do the get stuck in the block play first. And it looks like he is going to at least do Fantoon.
I mean, with the speed booster, I'm a lot more motivated to do the wreck ship because then you're not leaving anything but.
Yeah.
And our item in Spooky Missiles is a Spooky Shovel.
That's our first fetch quest item. Actually, no, second. We already found powder. That was the one item in Brimloop that could potentially still be important.
Pizza picking up his plasma beam. Pizza is going with the hammer strats on the mini motorhomes. It's never.
Hammering those guys is deceptively hard because the hammer's a weird hitbox. Meanwhile, Asher is showing off that Spazer is his favorite beam because he has not turned plasma on yet.
Yeah, but I think he got a slow fast. Does not get the 2-cycle kill.
Does get the 3-cycle though.
If I want to say that was a slow fast mid.
Pizza might be gunning for a potential TR dip, but he does not have the medallion to open it yet. Oh, he doesn't have Moon Pearl either.
Moon Pearl either. Super Bunny Turtle Rock. Let's go. I have been watching way too much of those streams, Tracy.
Makes it look easy, and it is definitely not easy.
Zost makes everything look easy. And that's some vanilla super missiles there in wreck ship, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
And azder's just going to go right ahead for the energy tank location.
I like doing this saveless if you have gravity suit and movement items.
Yeah, with gravity suit and space jump, this is super easy.
There's our third bottle. So, Pizza turned Plasma on. And,
that makes sense.
Yeah, but Spazer was in the wall and Mama Turtle threw. And typically you get it while you're falling past it to shoot it and check it, so you blind pick it up no matter what it is. So, he might be turning Plasma on again in a minute.
Well, that's fair. azder having a little bit of trouble in the attic here.
And he proved me wrong. He fell past it accidentally shooting the super instead of his beam, so he didn't get it, and then he got sought from below. Not gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed.
Thought maybe he'll go back for it. I'd say we are running out of locations the Moon Pearl can be, but the fact of the matter is we really...
No, we still have not seen back half of Meridia or pretty much all of Norfair.
Given what they have, they can complete Super Metroid.
Yeah, at this point, literally the only SM check that's not in logic is Shack Tool.
Yep, azder, of course, doesn't have enough power bombs to get through the Metroid room.
I mean, he does, but it requires leaving Taurian and refilling his ship a couple times, which no one wants to do that.
Oh, I didn't even know you could do that. That's nasty.
Yeah, you have to do that in I think low percent speed category. And you hope for drops, but you're probably not going to get enough TB drops to make it all the way through.
Looks like Pizza's gonna go straight for Botswoon.
Yep. Azder took Sandpits and left already, so this is going to be some new checks after this.
Botswoon is my least favorite Super Metroid boss, but Pizza's showing off the microwave strap. That is one cooked snake.
Yeah, that was not much of a boss. And that's a vanilla reserve tank. And like just a 20 rupees at the Babooni tank.
In answer chat, yes, I believe that the only thing of any value potential value has been the.
So wreck ship was 100% garbage as usual.
Well, we got to see what that shovel turns in before we can say 100.
All right, I'll call it 98% garbage for them now.
I can agree with that. Looks like Pizza's going to be doing Shine Spark strats on Dragon, maybe?
I mean, I would assume he'd do microwave. Yeah, he's just showing off short charges, waiting for boss to appear.
So Pizza is showing off that if you duck while microwaving Dragon, you will actually stand up when Dragon is. Neat little bit of in-game knowledge there.
Trying to set up a spike suit there.
Yeah, fortunately with Space Jump, missing that doesn't cost too much time, and that's a hard trick to.
More swag than a major time saver.
When it's down to the top 4, I expect to see some swag. Really nice short charge there by Pizza.
So at this point, I think the only Go mode items we haven't seen are Ice Rod, Pearl, and Flippers, and maybe Boots.
Yeah, I think that's correct. So there's a shield in the left sand pit, and there's a shield in the right sand.
Nobody got either of them.
Azder having to do an ammo kill of Batsman because he hasn't been the blue. It's always nice when only one sandpit has an item.
Yeah. And it's also nice when it's the second one you check and not the first one.
Indeed. Looks like Azder's gonna head over and take out Dragon. No surprise.
So,
Which for Azder, that's going to be 3 Super Metroid bosses down already.
Yep. So we're gonna see Plasma from Pizza. I'm guessing he'll use Shine Sparks to kill the pirates to get out.
Well, he also has Plasma.
Oh yeah, he does have Plasma. It's not on the tracker.
That's fair. I forget things that are on the tracker. Hamster getting a pretty quick drag on kill. Obviously not as quick as Pizza, but it was still pretty quick. I wouldn't expect to see either of these runners going to check Agina for quite a while. Without the book, there's no way into desert with the book or the flute, and I feel like you don't head over there unless you're going to dip into desert.
I'm a little surprised neither runner's really done Norfair at large yet. We've seen a little bit of it, but not most of it. And they both got Very quite a long time ago.
Curious what Pizza's up to.
I don't know. He got his mirror out. I guess he's gonna mirror the fake flipper.
It's an odd decision without the Moon Pearl.
Just really wants to go visit Zora. And Hobo.
He might be able to do a splash deletion to get the waterfall items. I'm not super familiar with that trick.
With Cane and Bow, yeah, you should be able to do that.
And the Hobo gives us his life savings.
And we are now 4 for 4 on shield rejections.
Poor shields don't get enough love.
I mean, I don't mind getting the fire shield.
Tracy's saying in chat that splash deletion still doesn't let you get the waterfall.
Oh yeah, that's true, because you're in a swimming state when you enter the cave still.
Yep, splash deletion does let you get the Zora ledge if he sees something good up there.
There's another sword.
Ooh, that's tempting. I think if you know how to do splash deletion, you take the time to do it. Although it's my understanding this is a really hard spot to do it. I've seen Andy do it. But
oh, and there's the Moon Pearl at Cathedral.
It's a heck of a find. So that's both games wide open.
Cathedral Missile is a spot that's sometimes overlooked as well. It's kind of on its own. And just a big old rip-off at Zora. Looks like he is going to go for the splash deletion. This one's hard because you have to, like, jump down the waterfall and land before the items disappear. I don't think you can do it with just arrows and bombs. The arrows despawn too fast.
Yeah, that Cathedral check might be put off for a while. I mean, with Speed Booster, you can go through Frog Speedway, and I could see an argument for doing Lower Norfair before Double Mountain / Cathedral.
Yeah, sometimes route people will do is they'll go do Croc, and then go from Croc over to the LN elevator, and then do Bubble Mountain on the way out of LN.
So for go mode, we're looking for just the Ice Rod and maybe boots, I think? Oh, flippers.
Okay, it looks like he did kind of a hybrid of that. Asher did Cathedral and Bubble Mountain, like Norfair Reserve, and then he left, and he's going to do Speed and Wave Areas after Lower Norfair. Alright, so both runners have Pearl now. So now, almost all of both games are available.
Azder grabbing the mirror.
Not gonna go to Croc.
Pizza heading down towards Warren. So the good news is they're only looking for really 2, maybe 3 items. The bad news is those items can be in a lot of places.
Wow. Supering the platform guy, that is just rude.
Yep, and you didn't even pick up the drop.
Platform guy's just trying to help out, you had to kill him.
And it feels obligatory to point out that the statue Pizza has encountered will do absolutely nothing unless you have space. He's a very picky statue.
It's like Azder's gonna start doing Dark World stuff while Pizza is doing Lower North Air. I think Azder's decided that Pearl and Mirror both being locked by Very is sufficient value from Very, and there's probably not much else in North Air, which is a fair guess, although who knows. Sometimes you think that, and then it just turns out there's like 2 or 3 more things.
Yeah, I think I like Pizza's play a little better just because you're gonna have to do most of this anyway.
Yeah, Lower North Air, you pretty much wind up doing most of it. Even if you go mode it, you have to do most of it anyway, so. But knocking off Crystal Dungeons is never a bad idea also. And hey, there's the flute. Right by the entrance to Meyer.
What a rude game.
And that is good for Pizza because he does not have the ether. So he's gonna have to come back here later.
Yep, fortunately this is a pretty easy area to double dip with that.
So that means that the pendant Hera dip was required because ether was Hera Big Chest.
Yeah, which might take Pizza a while to get to.
Yeah, there's so much of both games open for him right now. And actually, with the speed in Easter, that's so far 2 for 2 on required pendant dungeons.
So, Flippers and Thieves Town? Or Ice Rod?
Maybe.
How about Flippers and Thieves Town, Ice Rod on pad?
Have you been reading Shadow lately? Making evil predictions?
I'm just trying to make chat happy. As they're finding a key in that first chest in Pod means Pod was not bow locked, not that it mattered. I'm an embodiment of chat. Wow, that's the meanest thing anybody's ever said to me.
I mean, you did say earlier, is this even randomized? That's a pretty chat thing to say right there.
Well, that's one of my favorite things to say. Makes me laugh every time, even though it's dumb. I also like to say, is this even randomized when watching vanilla speedrun? As they're not having the benefit of those silver arrows, and Desert is boots locked.
One more item we need for go mode then.
Did Pizza check Agina? I don't think he did, right?
Oh, and there's the book. I'm not sure, actually.
Man, so that was like super desert access right there. We have the flute in Golden Chorizo, or at Screw Attack rather, and then we had the book in the Meyer Shed.
Yeah, all the access for everything in that part of the world was blocked by Lower Norfair.
Almost makes me think the boots are going to be like right in the corner here. As they're heading to the back of Pod. So I do think, given the items we have, I don't think there's any required double dips, and I think the only double dips even left possible is that desert double dip.
I mean,
Well,
unless you have,
I guess
you could have something like Flippers and TR and then Ice Rod and Swamp or something.
yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Pizza thought about skipping that heart container, but thought better of it.
Yeah, they have Blue Mail, but they don't have a huge amount of hearts right now.
And it's so quick to get.
Yeah, like skipping pieces of heart is fine, but skipping full heart containers when they're literally right in front of you is not usually something you do unless you're like already on red mail or like over 10 hearts or in go mode or something. Ether was in Hair and Big Chest. And there's Half Magic, that's a nice find.
That's always that is a nice find. Not needed, but makes a lot of bosses a lot easier. Pizza gonna check the power bombs of shame shortly. Today it's the arrows of shame.
He's a little low on power bombs. Actually, I think the main thing that kept Azure out of Lower Norfair is his PB count. I believe he still only has 5.
Yeah, I think you're correct.
And
I love that Shine Sparks strategy on the metal pipe.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. But yeah, without more bombs, 5 PBs absolutely will not cut it in Lower Norfair, so...
Pizza going with beam strats for Ridley. Takes 20 shots, I believe, although I don't know without ice if that changed.
With Wave Plasma, it would be 24 shots, I think.
Looks like he's going to switch over to supers. Zaruvan in chat saying that Charge Wave Plasma is 750.24.
750 damage and 24 hits.
I like my interpretation better. It's even worse than low percent ice.
Yeah, that's 750. It's 751, I guess, technically. That would be pretty bad.
We had dual boss kills, Azder getting a Helmosaur, Pizza taking care of Ridley for an energy tank.
And energy tank.
Yep, and Azder picks up some bombs.
Nothing in pod, but that is our first crystal pickup of the race.
Yeah, that's really surprising. With all the gear they have, that's the first crystal.
Yep, it's third dungeon, but the other two are pendants.
Curious if after Pizza's done here in Warfare, if he's going to finish up Wreck Chip. Looks like azder is going to check the Stumpy and K45. We'll see if he remembers to check them. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We'll see if he remembers to check the shovel.
I hope so. Thought about rejecting those supers, but then just changed his mind.
Yeah, well, he doesn't. That's what. Yeah, he doesn't have charge, so that's a good pickup.
And I think he only has 25 or 30 supers. Or no, he had 40. Still. Single arrow rejected.
And buried in this, we just have it open.
A trash can, so that is Wreck Chip confirmed 100% garbage. And there's our fourth bottle. In jail.
Which nobody is gonna get. Even if they had Spring Ball, I don't think you would get that.
Nope.
So aside from the flute, Warfare kind of a bust.
One more check, but yeah, looks like oh, Pizza has a conundrum. He needs to use a power bomb to check Franker's missile, but he also needs a power bomb to get through the blocks on the escape room.
Yeah, and that's gotta hurt because he passed up a few power bomb drops.
Yep. Not too big of a trip back to the Alcoon for a full guaranteed drop, but still a little bit of time loss.
You got a lucky drop right there?
That's a guaranteed drop.
Oh, that's a guaranteed drop? Okay.
Yeah, just like the Fire Fleas.
Yep, and Tracy in chat pointing out that it's a good thing he caught that, otherwise he would have soft locked himself.
Yeah, if he went through the crumble blocks, he would have.
Just a heart piece outside of Wave. Some missiles from the Breadsmiths. Another energy tank at Wave Beam.
Sure, doing the smart play and turning in the Smiths before doing hammer pegs, just in case they have them.
Does azder have the powder? I think he does.
No, it was in Brynloop. Edikun.
Okay.
I think. Rejecting blue boomerang.
Well, he's already got the red one. Pizza shot all those missiles and still didn't open the door.
No supers and no power bombs.
But the game took pity on him there and gave him some super.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else anywhere else he could potentially soft like around here if he's not careful.
Yeah, I was trying to think of that too, and I don't think there is.
He is going to want a power bomb to get down below here, unless he just takes cathedral route back. It looks like we're getting our third pendant dungeon dip.
Yep, and Azder did find the grapple beam in the C-shaped house, so that does put Shacktool in line. That would be a truly horrendous turn of events.
Yeah, with Meridia already otherwise fully cleared on both runner sides, I don't think we're going to see that. Not for a long time.
First chest in Palace of Darkness in Thieves Town was the big key. Second chest was an energy.
Palace of Thieves.
Thieves of Darkness.
Town of Dark. Her piece is the second item. And great. So there's only one item left in Pendant Thief, so he's going to bail on it.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that third item, I was betting he was going to bail. 2 items, you can debate whether it's worth doing, but I feel like 3 items, you don't do them.
So I'm sure it's Ice Rod.
Yeah, there's a few items it could be that would be really bad. Looks like Azder's going to check Bumper Cave. You can also check out Graveyard Legend, and, well, you can't do King's Tomb, but you can do Graveyard.
Did Pizza ever do Back of Escape?
I don't think so.
I mean, there's nothing there, but still.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, it was a load of junk from what I remember. Pizza's activating his flute.
Azder also opted not to do Skullwoods yet.
Yeah, he might do this graveyard check, then loop back over to Skull. They both do have the fire rod and the sword, so they can full clear Skull.
It looks like we might get simultaneous Skullwoods.
These guys probably really enjoyed their frame by frame.
And from Pizza, I think we can expect a mirror to ped check after beating the dungeon because he does have the book. So get excited for that.
Yep, Pizza does not have a key, so he has to go around this way.
Looks like he's doing the entire front first, whereas Azder's doing the go straight to the back strat. Since he can and has to beat the dungeon anyway.
Yeah, I think that if you have to do Skullwoods, I like that play a little better. $20, first item in Skullwood. Interesting that Pizza's skipping the really annoying Gibdo chest. We know that's going to pay off.
But he's got the cane, it's easy.
Yeah, that's why I think it's interesting he's skipping it. I'm a little surprised azder was as willy-nilly with his magic. Fighter Sword Batsu was not fun. And Pizza doesn't have the half magic, so he's gonna have an even less fun time.
They do both have hammer, though.
That's cruel and unusual punishment.
Moth's being pretty well behaved here for azder, not staying against the top wall. That was a very nice fight.
And there's the second item, just a heart container. So Pizza's routing is going to work out for him great.
Yeah, looks like he's going to go for hammer strats.
For anyone who has not played Link to the Past, the hammer hitbox is janky.
It's a little iffy, but Moth did, again, stay away from the top, give him chances to hit.
Looks like azder's going to be doing his Norfair checks.
Only 5 PBs. He does know that there's one in Floodgate if he really wants to go back for it. And here's that pet check. Just blueberries.
Alright, provide your meme energy into Shack Tool, guys. It is worth noting that they do have the item set to full clear. Another single arrow in the chest game from Pizza.
I think you cut out to full clear what?
Oh, it was just a single arrow in the chest game.
Oh, you said they have the item set to full clear, and then...
Oh, they do have the item set to full clear Thieves Town.
Yeah, they do.
If there is an item in the big chest, they can get it.
Yeah, all you pretty much need for that is Dark World access and hammer.
Looks like azder is going to do a green gate glitch here.
Oof, that was nice. The running green gate glitch first try.
So is he going to do GT?
Nope.
I think given his item set, that's a good idea.
He's definitely not going to do the rest of Lower Norfair with this PB count. I think he is going to do these Meyer area checks and then go back in, and using a portal automatically saves the game, so he'll check GT, see it's garbage, and then just reset out.
Yeah, that seems like a reasonable play.
And with that flute, he can come back easily once he gets more power bombs, so this is going to work out pretty well. And probably going to see a Meyer dip here too, since he does have the Ether Medallion.
Yeah, and he can full clear it. He's got the cane, he's got a way to deal with video. Got the lamp.
Nope, he's going back in. With that flute, he can come back anytime, so I guess he wants to do Meyer later.
Pizza's making his graveyard lunch check. He will share an Azder's disappointment.
Can you do LN with only 5 PBs and no more bonds?
I want to say the answer is no. Maybe you only need to power bomb twice to get it. Pizza checking out his back of escape and getting his low to nothing. Looks like he is gonna check Dark Cross.
I think with Speed Booster you can. If you speedball out of Wasteland. And he got the single arrow.
Man, that's at least 2 single arrows I've seen. Can you do Lord Order Fair with 3 power bombs? Make that 2 power bombs. Make that 1 power bomb.
Yeah, you have to spend the full 5 to get from the save point down through Wasteland, but thanks to the Fire Fleas and the Violas to farm with, I do think, yeah, this is fine. Just barely. I can't say I've ever seen this come up before. Usually you have more power bombs than that by the time you get to Lower North Air.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think I've ever seen anybody do Lord Order Fair on 5 power bombs.
There's one item in the back of Thieves' Town. So no P did not get all items in there.
Azder not bothering to farm up before.
Yeah, he'll probably get some drops from Ridley, and then he can farm the rest on the way out.
Super missiles are a great weapon to use on Ridley.
Yep, they're the fastest DPS. And nothing else can be is faster.
Azder grabbing his 8th energy tank. Pizza doing his breadsmith's turn in. I'm sure he'll be disappointed with the result.
Nice Wasteland Speedball.
Pizza's doing the magic back check, and we are cursed with 50 bucks. Suspect Pizza's going to be doing the lunchbacks. Yep.
Yeah, he's doing a kind of standard north to south West Darkwold route. Azder actually did the reverse, so he didn't do lunchbox.
Pizza also saying no to the boomerang. Azder having a little bit of trouble with those key hunters. So if you're Azder, do you just go finish the game now?
No, not when Ice Beam could still be out there and make Metroid rooms a lot faster. Incidentally, both runners exiting Lower Norfolk with 0 power bombs. There's that Ice Beam in the lunchbox.
Yeah, that's something Azder may not get to for a while.
Not found any real progression in quite a while.
Yep, so if anyone's just joining us, we are looking for the flippers, we are looking for the ice run, we are looking for the boot.
The sword was on Zoral Edge.
Did Pizza check Bombos while he was down there?
The tablet? No, he did not. Oh, he did? It's a missile. Okay, thanks, Chad.
That's fair. If you see something is a missile, it's just like nothing at all. Pizza checking out his hype cave, which is decidedly not hype today. I'd say at this point in the game, I'd give that pretty close to a 0 out of 10.
Yeah, if they were low on money, that 300 might be worth a 1, but they're not, so... Yeah, I'd say that's a fat 0.
Yep, and they got plenty of E-tanks at this point, so an E-tank isn't particularly useful. Looks like Pizza's heading off to do his Palace of Darkness.
Asher's activating his flute. Might be going back to do Mire.
Refresh my memory, where was Ether?
Ether was Tower of Hera Big Chest.
Since Azder is loaded, he's going to buy some potions. I like that play. You got 3 bottles. Might as well.
Whoa, bucko.
Charge Beam was on the Morph Ball pedestal. As in Wave Beam was after the item in the sky.
Oh, looks like he's going to do a flipperless Ice Palace.
That's a really interesting... Well, I guess since it's a crystal, that's not that bad of an idea.
I mean, since Swamp's also a crystal, he's gonna have to find flippers eventually. And depending where they are, he could have ended up go-moding Ice Palace.
Yep, and clearly the flippers are not going to be in Ice Palace.
He will be able to Icebreaker, which makes it fairly fast to full clear anyway. But we'll see how this turns out. Right now I'm feeling like Myers to play, honestly.
Yeah, I could get behind that. I feel like this this ice play is a little weird. This is one of the newer glitches that has been allowed in racing. You're going to see azder use a block to push himself into the railing and then whoop, right through it. All for 20 bucks. And in the Ice H room, we have a small key. Yeah.
We also have not seen Crocomire yet. These two not betting on Croc.
Which that surprises me a little. There's a lot of good items in there. Or a lot of checks, rather. Yep, we did leave one item in Thieves' Town. Both run.
The last hope for the 3 out of 3 required pendant dungeons.
Item on Cold Stare. Pizza taking out Helmasaur. Azder about to take on Cold.
So we're tied on 2 crystals apiece for the moment. But unless something bad happens, that will change momentarily.
Azder using the ice rod to melt Cold Stare's.
The ice rod. And that's why he bought potions. So, nothing in Ice Palace, but he got a crystal down.
So even if pizza does come back with the icebreaker, you don't save too much time over doing it manually. So it's excellent news for him.
Looks like now he's going to Meyer. And Desert.
Which we know he won't get far in desert without his. As they're finding out this is blue slot. Azder's making that Meyer play like you wanted him to.
Yeah, he'll be able to full clear this one. And if progression is in here behind the Ether and Pendant Hera, that'll make things interesting. And we'll probably get our first pyramid ledge check. Just a missile. And it looks like Pete is finally going to escape.
Was there anything down here?
Nope.
Pizza really needs to do Hera basement or Hera big chest.
Hey, Asher finally gets his second power bomb pack at 1 hour and 46 minutes. Couldn't
Only
leave that one
because
behind.
Yep, he had no choice.
Although that is good if he winds up never finding that ice rod. He'll have enough PBs that he'll probably be able to get through the Metroids if he just needs a couple drops. Of course, if he really wants more power bombs later, he'll have another chance to pick up the flooded PBs when he does Swamp Palace.
Did Esther check the fire room to the north? This room always makes me think of a person.
Yeah, I think he did. I'm wondering if we're going to see Catfish next.
And after that long wait, we have a map. Yay.
Oh man. Catfish has kind of had a reputation of being mean lately with having progression and being put off way too late.
And Catfish has for us today more missiles. Womp womp.
Big Key was in the last possible spot in Mire. And there's the second item, so progression is not in Mire either. I'm betting on Croc at this point. You gotta bet on Croc.
Yeah, that's, I think, a fair statement.
And I'm gonna guess this is gonna be a wrecked ship play from Pete. Pretty much the only thing in this part of Super Metroid he has left.
Yeah, and given his loadout, I think that makes a lot of sense. Like, we know it's not going to pay out for him, but he doesn't know.
We're going to see a very crispy fried ghost.
Azder making his way through the dark rooms of Misery Mire. Not too bad with a lamp. Pizza is indeed heading for the boss of the wreck ship Drake.
He has full beam loadout. If he picked up that spacer, he'd be crispy, but he rejected it.
Probably easier to just hire an advanced candidate than train somebody up from it. So Azder's gonna have a little bit harder time with this video because he got this over. 37 arrows, I think, should be enough, though.
Sounds about right.
Pizza going for the microwave, I think. It's important to note if you want to microwave the shrimp, you've got a microwave where you gotta buff them for a little while.
Yep, exactly enough arrows. And yeah, if you shoot Phantoon with the charge plasma before he's flying around, he'll just instantly disappear. You won't even get a chance to microwave. So let's give it up for that one round Phantoon fight. Amazing.
That was very well done, indeed.
Even Zos doesn't do that in his any percent runs. So Azder's going to check GT. And just as a reminder, he is not done Ringloop yet, so that's still a huge pile of items that he's just currently gambling on being not acquired. And it looks like he's finally going to do it. Instead of betting on Croc like he should.
Yeah, that's a lot of items.
All that we really haven't seen at this point is Croc, and I think Dark Death Mountain, and Shack Tool.
Pizza heading up wreck ship to the attic. We know he's going to find a lot of nothing. Azder exiting Red Tower. We'll see what he's going to do.
Yeah, right now, just seeing checks we've already seen on both sides that are not anything major. Asher's gonna see those silvers, but he's not gonna go for them. He doesn't need them. At this point, he's killed every boss except for Ganon and super useful. Silvers are useful, so. Super ring the blue door. Muscle memory will make you do that.
He also, I don't think, has Wave Beam yet.
No, Wave Beam was in Blue Beam Star.
Yep.
Nice Mach Ball escape, since he already got the item on top when he was here before.
Yep, Pizza did the same thing. It was very nice.
And the Bowling Shine Spark, also very nice.
That's a pretty swag strat.
And to answer a question in chat, no, Asher has not seen the Zora Ledge Sword. He has not been up there yet. So that is one item that he's still on the lookout for.
Pizza finishing his Shift of Shame. Azder just going over the Brinstar checks that Pizza already.
Yeah, Waterfall Fairy has not been checked yet, but is not logic without filters. All of Turtle Rock is also available, except for Trinex. So we could have some juicy TR Double Dip potential, or Ice Ride and Turtle Rock potential. Looks like Pete is opting to just do Torian right now. He's got pretty much a full loadout, so doing it later wouldn't really be any faster. In fact, I think the only item he's missing is Screw Attack, which would make it slower, really, because you have to turn that off if you're going to do the standard Zeb skip. And beating SM first is actually slightly faster because there's no timer in Escape, and the timer actually generates a fair amount of lag and slows things down. While Azder is entering a blue beam star, it's going to get his wave and charge beams. And X-ray, which he's probably not going to pick up. At this point, it's basically useless. Oh, he picked up those power bombs. But not the sunken ones. And he picked up ice X-ray just to prove me wrong. Nice easy zip skip from Pete. And Azder setting up through 8. Nice swag shine spark through pit room. Didn't get the first pirate though. So with Ice Wave Plasma, it's 20 shots to take out Mother Brain. Just barely bonking the corner there. Sure, the only one getting Spring Ball, therefore he's in a huge lead. Because he has the best item in the game. Meanwhile, Pete is doing stand-up glitch. Oh boy, it looks like it's time for the 2-hour Agina check. These are always fun. And it looks like this is a Dark Death Mountain play. Meanwhile, Pete takes out Mother Brain after a very nice stand-up glitch. As you can see, no timer. and there's a lot less lag. Also, the escape just ends at climb, so you don't have to do the whole thing. So yeah, get your single G's in chat for Pete. That's our first end boss down this race. And here's the TR play from azder. Probably gonna go dip Hookshot Cave first in case Ice Ride's in there, or not. Pizza's climbing light West Step Mountain. He might be going for Hera. Or Spike Cave, possibly. And Ether is just super missiles. Okay, so we did first floor of Turtle Rock and then mirrored out into Hookshot Cave. I'm not sure if this was intentional or if he just like realized he forgot Hookshot Cave and mirrored out to go check it. And there's flippers. That's the first progression we found in what feels like an hour. I'm not sure if it's actually been an hour, but it sure feels like it's been an hour. Meanwhile, Pete is in Hera and setting up for Herapot. And didn't get it. It's not necessary if the big key's not locked behind tile room, but if you get it in the first couple tries, it's still a minor time save to just skip the third floor. So since azder already did Ice Palace, those slippers unlock Swamp and the Sword on Zora Ledge that we know is there, but he doesn't, and also Waterfall Fairy, which we haven't seen yet. And here he got his Ether, which he needs for Mire access. And he's just bailing. I believe the last item was on Moldrum, but it was just a heart or something. So, once again, we're going to see this PBs just sit here and not get picked up. I'm pretty sure he doesn't need them anymore anyway. I think he has 15 now. Pete also finding his.
Go ahead.
Pete also finding his flippers. So, I believe for the first time in quite a while, we're all tied up on progression at this point.
And we'll see where Pete's headed now. Spike Cave, that's an easy one, Orphan. So we're still looking for that ice rod and the boot. And just an energy tank there in Spike.
The second known sword is on Zoral Edge. Pete knows it's there, azder does not.
And we're going to get to see another new trick here from azder. He's going to pull off the diver.
More PBs and the boots.
Okay, so that puts desert as clearable.
You know what that means is it's an Ice Rod Go mode hunt. Ice Rod can be literally anywhere except on Trinex at this point.
Well, I think you said earlier Ice Rod on Laser Bridge.
Yeah, that's a classic.
So fighter sword strats on Argus, not the most fun.
Nope, you can either use spins or menu to hammer.
Just a few more puffs to go. Pizza taking his trip through Misery Mire.
Using hammer strats on the second phase.
Which that's impressive. The hammer's hitbox makes this very difficult to do.
And that is the 5th crystal for azder. I imagine he's going to take those boots straight to deserts. There's 2 items in desert, and it's the 2nd red crystal, which unlocks the Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah, I definitely think with their item loadout, that makes a lot of sense. Just head straight to desert, given where they are as well. Looks like azder's going to do the Bombos tablet really quick.
Yeah, and then he can just jump right off and go in the front door if he wants.
Just a reminder, these guys are already in the money. The top 4 of this tournament get a cash prize. That said, it's the semifinals. The winner of this goes on to play the winner of Aussie 101 versus Solsky. There's a pretty big difference between getting 1st place and 4th place. So both these guys definitely are looking to win this. Big shout out to our sponsor, rank1.global, social media site for gamers. It's pretty neat. Check it out. Check out the profiles of our runners below their names. Our tracker tonight is Zaruvian. And I'm joined by Hitaka. And this has been a pretty good race.
Yeah, this seed was one of those seeds that gave a lot of early progression that opened up so much stuff that it kind of took a long time to find the later progression.
As they're heading for the back of desert. So you think after desert, does Azzer just head to Turtle Rock, or do you think he clears something else first?
I think he might do Pyramid Fairy, and maybe the bonk checks by Sanctuary to exploit all the stuff Boots unlocks.
Yeah, and Kingston is open too now. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all to see those 2 Boots checks being checked. As they're going for Fire Rod spots on Landmo. Fire Rod strats, rather. Spot.
One thing he could do if he does Pyramid Fairy is then take that up to Catfish and then mirror for Zora area checks. That would let him check Waterfall Fairy and get his second sword.
Yep, we still don't know what Waterfall Fairy has. Second item in desert, it's going to be on the right side. I would wager a guess both these runners will do TR before they do either Shack or Second item in desert is just a nope tank.
Just another trash can.
So he's heading back into the dark world.
I think he's gonna pick up Lunchbox to route in with Pyramid Fairy.
That would be some pretty good routing. Meanwhile, Pizza's taking out Cold Stare. We'll also get azder his Ice Beam, which will make him feel better. I always worry when Link jumps into a hole with the chest. Like, I hope the chest doesn't hit him in the head.
Maybe he throws the chest down first.
I mean, how much padding do you think that hat gives him?
Oh, it's pretty poofy. It's like, Pete knows the sword is up here in Zora, so he's gonna do these checks right now. It's also already in Catfish.
I mean, that makes sense. You need another sword to beat the game.
Waterfall Fairy is garbage. And after getting his Ice Beam, now has true full beams. He is Quispy.
Yeah, he's not done Zora, right?
No, he hasn't been up there at all. He does not know that sword is there.
Pizza picks up his Master Sword. He can now damage Ganon.
First player with Master Sword at 220. I don't know where those last two swords are, but they're holding out.
Yeah, 220 is a real bummer time to find the Master Sword.
So the boots check's not coming up with anything.
The good news for them is at least they do have silvers, so Master Sword Silvers Ganon isn't the end of the world.
Well, Pete has silvers, Azder does not. He knows where they are though, but I'm pretty sure he's not going to go get them at this point.
Good point.
At this point, it's fairly likely that there's at least one sword in GT that could get found while they're looking for the big key.
Yeah, it's highly likely they'll find that another sword on the way to beating.
Pete is doing Ice Palace.
Have we had a pyramid ledge check, or is this going to be our first view?
It was a missile, I believe. It was some garbage.
Was indeed a missile. Pizza pulls off the icebreaker. Very nice.
That is the wrong blue stick-shaped item.
Yeah, having the magic cape burn is not particularly valuable.
Keep remembering not to pull the tongue to open the door.
Looks like Azder's going to follow your suggestion and do catfish and water.
Yeah, he's going to catfish the Mirror-Nosaur, so he'll get his Master Sword in a moment. So then, it'll truly be Ice Ride Go mode for him at this point. So this will leave him with...
Go ahead.
This will leave him with the question of TR or Croc. Those are the
or Thieves Town.
Well, Thieves Town and Croc are or Turtle Rock and Croc are the two biggest item densities left.
I was just gonna say, like, it would be hard to imagine a more worthless waterfall cave. Azder correctly remembering that sprite gets screwed up by whatever Zora gets. Confuses me every time. Oh, wait, I thought there was a sword there. Please do give our runners a follow. They're putting out an excellent show, and they're the ones that make this possible. Both of these guys, incredibly skilled players, definitely worth checking. Azure gets his money from the hobo.
And cold stare down at Pizza, just enough magic to finish him off the fire run. He has a couple crystals down, but he's also already completed Torian. So Asher's going to check her front of Gauntlet. He could continue and grab silvers, but I think he'll probably reset out.
Well, he could go and get silvers and go straight into Turian.
That is a possibility. That might be what he's going to do, actually.
I mean, I think if he had another sword, I don't think he would do that. But
yeah.
Master Sword Servalus is just not fun.
Yeah, because since he found ice, he's fully geared up for Torian.
Did Azder do left side swamp?
He did not.
Do we know, was there an item over there?
I wasn't paying super close attention, but I think there is.
We give Pizza a chance if he decides to do left side swamp and finds the ice rod. It's a truly wretched place.
That's right. You should always give Pizza a chance.
And I mean, I'd say too that I think Pizza's been the underdog and most of his matches through the. Real quick, Pizza has. Let's take a look at who Pizza has beat. Let's see here. Pizza was seeded into the second round, so Pizza beat Cantaloupe Meme. A very skilled player. Then Pizza took out my co-com here, Hitaka, and Hitaka is another very skilled player at this game. And then Pizza took out Ivan, which, again, that's one of the bigger names in the community. And now it's Azder versus. How did you feel going into your race with Pizza Hitaka? Did you feel like you had an advantage, or were you kind of like, this isn't even?
I wasn't really that familiar with how nice baby skip from Asher.
Yeah, I feel like in general, I mean, Pizza, I knew nothing about him until I started watching him in this.
Did you not catch my pun?
I must no.
Give Pizza a chance.
Oh, I get it. There should be a tomato emoji if there isn't one. Alright, As just going to make quick work of Mother Brain here, I would imagine. I also would imagine he'll go for the stand-up.
Yep.
This also kind of gives Aster time to think about what does he want to do. You know, does he want to do that croc play? Does he want to do the Crazy Thieves Town? Does he want to just assume it's on Laser Bridge?
Yeah, that's one thing you can do when you have a full loadout for Torian, but you're not in new mode. You can just kind of use it as a kind of a 7 or 8 minute think session. Pete also doing back swap first. We'll have to wait and see if he goes back for left side or not.
Yep, and he's also doing diver down. Gets it pretty quickly.
Gets those
Gets
boots.
his boot. That's a really annoying place for the big key to be.
Yeah, although if you skipped left side, so you're gonna go backward, then it works out.
Worth pointing out too that Pizza's got the Master Sword, so he will have a slightly easier time with Argus. He won't have to menu strat.
Yeah, having to either menu or use spins on Argus is pretty annoying. Even Master Sword's not really that great because it takes 2 swings, but it's still a bit faster than Fire Sword.
Yeah, I see. Master Sword spins quite a lot on this boss, but
Yeah,
Pizza just going for the double slap. Fan 2 not playing nice for Pizza. I'm pretty sure this was a slow. And Argus is surprisingly difficult to shoot with silver arrows because they're so.
Yeah, I find what helps is if you get him in the corner. If you go to the corner so he jumps down the corner, then it's easier to hit him because he'll kind of bounce down and then up again.
And if I'm counted correctly, Azder needed a whole 2 shots with the rainbow beam to kill Mother.
Yep, that was a very nice stand-up. So, looks like Pete is also going to bail on left side, so I'm taking those boots and running.
And where he's going to run to, we don't know. I'm not sure I like the skipping out on left side swamp, given that you're looking for Ice Rod and given that you're running out of location.
I mean, I feel like if boots were not there, they would go back for left side, but then with boots opening up quite a bit of progression with Desert and Pyramid Theory on the other long checks.
I guess that's true.
Way.
Yeah, that's fair. Boots do give you quite a bit more checks. And now, much like Pizza, you're going to see Azder has the rainbow beam and the planet is no longer blowing.
So with both runners having done Torian now, they're pretty much even on things they haven't checked. So I'd say Azder has a slight lead with a 1 crystal lead right now. They both haven't done all of Turtle Rock and Croc. And there's also 1 item in Thieves Town and Left Side Swamp.
Looks like Azder is heading for Croc.
Looks like it.
And
also Shack Tool.
Oh, yep, Shack Tool's an option to be sure. Which Azder's going to save here so he can reset out of Croc. And it's worth mentioning too that on SpeedGaming Prime is there's a No Kid Hungry charity stream. Please check that out after our race here. It's raising money for an excellent cause. A lot of kids get their only meal a day from school lunches, and the schools being closed, it's a bad situation. So please do check out the charity streams, and if you can, throw some money that way. Please do stay out for just the rest of this match, though. This has been it's really coming down to the wire. Here we're going to see poor Krockemeyer has absolutely no idea what to do with charged plasma.
Yeah, he's not a fan. It's a little too spicy for him.
Yep, and the No Kid Hungry Marathon is going on until early Monday morning, so you've got the rest of tonight and all day tomorrow to check. I'm never really quite sure why this second Krockemeyer part is in the game. It's really just more annoying than anything else.
To scare the kids.
And how is he?
He's a skeleton.
And how does that even work?
Well, like, you see, he's a ghost or something. I don't know. And there it is. There's that ice rod. Always bet on Croc, folks.
So at 2:35:26, azder has entered go mode and is gonna beeline it out. Which unfortunately I think means that Pizza's got quite a bit of ground he's gonna need to make up that it's gonna be difficult.
Yeah, if he goes to Croc like right now, then he might be able to like make up time on a Ganon fall or something from azder, but other than that, it's gonna be tough.
Well, it does look like he's heading to SM, so that might be the crack.
He does have the silvers advantage or no, he doesn't. azder got silvers on the way to Turing. So yeah, they pretty much have identical inventories then.
Oh, Pizza. Are you gonna do Shack Tool first?
Uh-oh. He's going for the meme play. I like memes, but there's a time and a place, and this might not be it.
I mean, I can respect this play though, because I mean, it's low chance, but it's probably wins you the race if it is. I mean, I guess the flip side of that is this probably loses the race if it's not Shack. Unfortunately, if it's Screw Attack or more fall bombs, those don't really do anything for us since both runners have completed.
I think the biggest troll ball would be Mushroom, because then he has to take it and leave.
Oh, that's the worst. I've seen that. That is no fun. azder skipping the bottom right and...
He already did that the first time he entered the dungeon.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, earlier he came in to Turtle Rock and did just those first checks and then left and did Hookshot Cave and Fox Slippers and then just left.
I completely forgot about that. Meanwhile, Pizza's waiting for poor Shack Tool to lead him to disappointment.
He's going as fast as he can.
Candy kill Shack Tool.
Killing preemptively. Well, there you go, folks.
Alright, everybody, Hataka's a witch. Wow,
I guess I am.
And azder checks the big chest and finds Tempered.
Tempered makes everything nice and comfy for Ganon.
Yeah, azder's gonna make quick work again.
And Shacktool's gonna die again. No, I think he missed.
Man, that is about the worst case thing that could happen to Pizza.
Missing Shacktool or getting Mushroom?
Both. I mean, I definitely think after giving you the Mushroom, Shack Tool deserves to die both on the way in and the way. That was really funny. azder Beard when he was a bunny, and did he get stuck being a bunny?
I'm not sure.
That's a smart idea to mirror out of that room, though, and I don't know that I've ever seen. Looks like Pizza's going to chase that mushroom down, which, I mean, that makes sense. You went in, all in, and checked.
Yeah, like you already sunk the time into Shack Tool and might as well follow through. I'm going to say it's going to be the bug net. We're still missing the bug net. Very important item. Oh, just a cheeseburger.
Which is utterly worthless at this point. Even if they weren't done with Metroid, they have enough power bombs as is. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and say, as azder makes quick work for Trinex, that there's 22 chests in Ganon's Tower. We don't have the bot, but you can feel free to throw a number in chat, and perhaps you'll guess where the big key is, and be accused of being... No irrational numbers, no fractions, no decimals. Hey, morph ball bombs, excellent.
What if you express your answer as an integral? But it's still an integer between 1 and 22.
It's been a real long time since I did calculus. I'm not sure I'd even know what to do with that, to be honest with you. Gosh, I haven't done calculus in like 20 years.
I haven't done it in a while either, but if you can figure out how to type that in Twitch chat, then go for it.
Alright, I'm going to be closing down guessing in just a second here. Alright, the guesses are now closed. And no, I don't find needing the computing the trajectory of planets very useful. I just kind of assume that they're going to get where they need to go. First chest is a heart piece. Second chest is missiles. So left side. Couldn't do right side even if you wanted to.
Also, let me just point out that azder has 17 hearts. That's how much stuff he's had to check. This was almost a full clear seed.
Yeah, that is a crazy amount of heart.
Pretty much all he left behind was the rest of Croc stuff, left side swamp, and like Shack Tool and one item in Thieves Den.
Man, this feels especially bad for Pizza. He's going back to check left side swamp. There's the big key in chest number
5.
5. Alright, let's see here. First person I see with 5 is... I see Big Bucked with a 4, and I think that's the closest. I guess Rum DMs now that was after the thing. Rum. Yep, I'm giving it to Big Bucked. Congratulations, you win absolutely nothing. Feel free to print out a certificate for yourself. Yep, closest without going over, otherwise known as the Price is Right rule. Where would we be without the Price is Right? In the big chest of swamp, we have just a heart piece. Blah. Interesting that Pizza clearly knows how to do diver down, but he's skipping that to go for the slightly slower way of doing left side. This diver down can be a little bit harder to do because that fire snake is pretty annoying.
You can't do it if you do the top first, because you need to go get the key in order to open this door, and then there's no point.
Oh, that makes, yeah. I
Yeah, so
never even considered that.
The diver down kind of, it puts more value into doing left side first. If you're basically more than one item from go mode and you think you're gonna full clear slump anyway, then it's faster to, like, more than before, to do diver down first and then do the back.
It always bothers me that this room and the room before it are basically the same exact.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the developers just got lazy. As they're making his way up the tower.
In one of the rooms there's blocks in the way, but in the other room the ladder doesn't go all the way down to the floor, so there's at least like different obstacles in the rooms that make you flood them.
And Pizza finds our 4th sword there in left side swamp, so if he checks the big chest, he will have butter. Unfortunately, butter and tempered is no time.
Well, there were no swords in GT after all.
Which is surprising, considering how long it took us to find both swords. I mean, 10 minutes ago, both these guys were on Master Sword. Azder not even checking the chest, he walked right next.
Nope, with SM gun and tempered silvers, he has everything.
Yep. Like I said, butter doesn't make you go any faster, so there's kind of even no point to finding. Please do give these guys a follow again. Pizza's put up a hell of a show, and he's done amazing in these brackets, and definitely deserves a. And of course, Azder is Azder, deserves a follow. I think that was a double, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think so. This is the free triple setup, but he gets the blue ball.
I think he's one short.
Yeah, that should be 5.
I'm pretty sure Aghanim shot himself there. I like it, all cheese, no sauce. No, all cheese, no sauce, saying he as deserves of. It is in fact possible for Aghanim to shoot himself. I didn't know that for years, but then it happened to me a couple of weeks ago, and that was the funniest thing I think I've ever seen, and I'm pretty sure we just saw it there.
Wait, how does that work?
If you get the balls to shoot in just the right way, you can get him to hit him.
It's like if one of the clone's shots hits the real one.
Yeah.
That's great. Ganon going to the easy mode corner for phase 2.
Yep. It's 6 slashes for phase 1 and 6 spins and then 6 spins again. So. Yep, 12 slashes or 6 spins.
Pete's going back to the item he abandoned in Eastern Big Chest.
Ooh.
Or Big Key Chest.
You gotta feel at this point he's just accepted that if it's on crack, he lost. No torch glitch for Azder, but with silvers it doesn't really matter. All right, and finishing with an official SRL time is azder azder finishing with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 50 minutes, and 36 seconds. Gets first. Pizza has opted to forfeit, which is totally understandable.
Yeah, when you're on an ice rod hunt, it just never feels good. And we are joined now by Ashter. GG.
Hey.
I see you say your routing was scruffy or scuffy. What do you think was kind of bad about your routing?
It just worked out really poorly, I think. I was very thorough at the start because the siege kind of incentivized it. So like doing full clearing Pendant Eastern for nothing, and then doing Pendant Hera, which was required, I think. But I did a lot. Like I was very, very thorough early game, and when a bunch of stuff opened, I felt like one, I'm on kind of bad equipment for certain places, like Lower Norfair. I don't have quite enough supers to do it the way that I want to. Maybe I get boots later for Mire, or sorry, for Desert. I don't know if it needs it. I don't really want to do Mire on Fighter Sword yet. That's probably really slow. Just like there were so many options on the table for like do your crystals, do your bosses, and like get the stuff you need done efficiently. But then it's like I don't have good equipment for any of it, so I guess I'll just wander around and try and do the stuff that sucks the least with bad equipment, and hopefully run into better equipment randomly to make the areas that I skipped out on faster to go back to. And then that kind of didn't happen. And the routing, the switch from being super thorough to being like super targeted on certain areas, got me away from Croc, which had Ice Rod. And if you just got that Ice Rod, then it pushes you to Hookshot Cave. You get flippers, and then you go to Swamp and you get your boots, and you're fine. You're pretty much in go mode at that point, and you don't have to do a lot of the stuff that I did.
Yeah, that makes sense. As discussed in the IRC chat, unfortunately, you both kind of put Croc off until.
Yeah, it was very close until you went to Crockettmire. You were both pretty much did same things in slightly different order, but you had about the same progression when you went for Ice Rod, and then he started checking more stuff. And he went to Shack Tool and found the mushroom there, which I cursed him with. Unfortunately, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, it's worth noting too that for probably about the first 30 minutes of this race, for the vast majority of it, you guys were basically framed by frame. Like you'd even you walk the same way. For the most part, it was crazy.
Yeah, you were like frame perfect into Lost Woods.
He said he skipped. He didn't finish Eastern, right?
Yeah, that's when you guys started. That's when you guys started to divert.
Okay, I guess that was like 15 minutes in or so.
I'm bad with time.
So, Ashter, walk me through why you did not take the power bomb at Floodgate.
I don't know. I probably should read into what items Cat Rika gives you more. But I keep thinking, I don't know when Morph is going to show up. Maybe it shows up 2 hours from now and I don't need to actually grab it.
Yeah, pretty much everybody, me and Hitaka in chat were all like, wow, that's a bold.
I've literally done it before on Restream, and I've gotten flack for it before, and I still did it, and it punished me a second time in a row.
Yeah, nice job doing the 5 PB lore north there, though. It's not something you see very often.
Yeah, I have had to do it enough that I know by now to go and farm up to 5 in the Firefly room, because I've had runs where I almost forgot to do that. I go through the canner room and then I have to go all the way back up and be like, oh great, I nearly soft locked myself. Now let's waste like 40 seconds running back and forth through this room.
And,
Yeah, Pizza almost soft locked himself.
oh yeah, he got to Franker Z with no power bombs, and he remembered. He noticed and went back to kill an Elkoon for a power bomb, an extra power bomb to get out of the exit, where you have to destroy the walls. When you went into Turtle Rock and then left and did Hookshot Cave, was that intentional?
Not really. I kind of my thoughts wandered as I opened it up, so I kind of autopiloted into it. I meant to do Hookshot Cave first. If I didn't find anything, I was gonna check the front and leave. So pretty much the same as I did. But yeah, I actually forgot to check Ether Tablet. I should have done that when I was up there.
I do see Pizza hanging out in the chat. If anybody has any questions for him, please do pass them on. I see Solski is giving you flack for skipping those power bombs. So between Solski and Aussie, do you have a preference on who you play in the final?
Yes.
Are you going to tell us who?
No.
And just a reminder, that race will be tomorrow at 6:10 Eastern Time. That's going to be a great one, I'm sure. And we'll find out who azder is going to face in the finals.
I think it's supposed to be a third, a bronze match, because there's a different prize for third and fourth.
Right. Yep. So there'll be a bronze match at some point scheduled, and the finals, I want to say, are a best of 3. We decide. So that's just the first match tomorrow. Yep. So you will get to see Pizza again in that bronze match. So that'll be super exciting.
So, what was your thinking with doing Ice Palace without flippers?
I was hoping to sequence break run into Boots or Ice Rod, just something that would push me in the direction of something that I was putting off because I didn't want to double dip yet. Also, I bet.
Go ahead.
I bet, so my T-Rock routing also, I'm sure some people had some issues with that.
I thought your decision to mirror was really neat. Did you get stuck as a bunny?
I guess I was still bunny beamed, which I hadn't done that route before, so I didn't realize that was gonna. The thing I tried didn't work out, but I thought about the spoiler tournament and how some people have been making the play to just grab all 4 Turtle Rock keys instead of stealing the Poke key, and it seemed to be faster. And I was just like, okay, well, I wouldn't mind doing Laser Bridge because there could be another sword in it. I wouldn't mind doing Big Chest for the same reason, if it ends up being net faster. So we'll try it out. And of course, I got one of the configurations where it doesn't work, which is key in lava chest and no key in big chest or crystal roller. So just immediately punished. But it's a good reason to, or it's a good like lesson in why not to do that route.
I see in chat the bronze match is only a best of one, and that'll be scheduled obviously sometime after tomorrow's. All right, well, I don't have any more questions.
I do not either. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, I'm sick of Ice Rod being the decider, and it really, really shouldn't have been in this race. Like, I'm really surprised you didn't do Croc earlier, because I think that would have, like, I think if you do Croc earlier in the seed, you just win, and it was hard to do it just based on how the early game was, but there's enough differing playstyles that someone would do that and win in the seed, so, yeah.
Yeah, this seed was one of those seeds that opens up a lot of stuff really early, and then you wind up having to fish around in bad spots for the last couple progression items. But I guess this is just another reminder to always bet on Croc.
Yeah, oh yeah, I left Bryn Loop so late. I thought that was what was going to kill me.
Oh yeah,
everything I needed was just a Bryn Loop.
You committed to the brain skip for quite a long time, and it actually wound up that there was nothing there.
Yeah, and then it made more sense to do it than Croc, I think, though. Maybe. I might be wrong about that. Like, thinking about it, I'm not sure if I'm actually right. This was certainly a case study. I don't think I've played a seed quite like this. I just definitely didn't play it correctly.
Well, to be fair, I think the time difference between doing this seed without the spoilers and, I mean, if this was a spoiler seed, I think you could have been done like in under 2 hours. Like, it would have been so much faster, but nobody's going to make all the right decisions.
I mean, most spoiler seeds can be under 2 hours. But if you hit the god route, then I would have saved a lot of time. Like, probably low 230s. But yeah, it's
still a sub 3 near hundo. Pretty good finish time.
Yeah, that's like what I get every weekly, and it's really annoying. And I usually get second too. Like I like always get second, at least to somebody that actually routed it properly.
So where was Screw Attack?
Who knows? I'm not gonna look for it. I was expecting it to show up in GT, but we didn't have to do very much. But
I'm gonna say last item in Pendant Thieves.
That was my guess too.
Oh, did he check pedestal?
It was 3 bombs, I think, some garbage.
Yeah, triple boom.
Okay. That was like on my mind for a while because I did the 2 other pendants super early, and I was just like, "Oh, ped's kind of in my pocket, but it's also like it's still like a 4.5 minute time sink."
Yeah, he had book when he did Skullwood, so we checked it.
Yeah, I was really hoping to like run into book before then, but it just didn't work out. Nothing worked out. But yeah, looking forward to the finals. Best of 3 should be fun.
Best of 1 in Rando always just feels a little bad because, Rando happens and you can get just screwed by a dumb location or something and you don't get another chance. But the tournament would take forever if everything was best of 3.
Yeah, we'd still be in the Swiss round, or not the Swiss rounds, in the GSL bracket round.
All right, well, thanks for commentating. I'm gonna get out of here.
Thanks for it was a enjoyable race to watch. Thanks for competing, and looking forward to you in the.
And congrats on making it to the finals.
Thanks.
Yep, really quick, the prize amounts for first are 125, second is 100, third is 75, fourth is 50. So, that's a potential $75 swing between first and fourth. That's a not insignificant amount of money. Just one more reminder again that the other semifinal match is at 6:10 Eastern Time tomorrow on some SpeedGaming. I closed my window. Channel TBD. But definitely tune in and check that out. That's going to be exciting, and we'll get to find out who's going to face azder in the final and who's going to face Pizza in the bronze. And one more general announcement. Again, the No Kid Hungry charity stream is going on SpeedGaming Prime. Do check that out. It's a super excellent cause. If you can donate, that would be amazing. And that's it for me. So have a good night, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching the race. Please do follow everybody. Big shout out to our tracker, Zaruven, who's still I can't pronounce. And Hidaka, thanks for doing code counts with you. It was a lot.
Yep, thanks for commenting with me. This was a fun race to watch. And coming up on SpeedGaming 3 in about 40 minutes is a Zelda 1 Randomizer race. Stay tuned for that if you want, and good night. Have a nice evening or day, depending on where you are.